Today we're going to bring you a Viva Living lecture on effect over effectiveness.
So, as I'm sure that most of you are aware, all our vlogs tend to be something that's got to us in throughout the week or annoyed us a little bit. Well, this one's no different. Today we're going to talk to you about issues in the industry of effect over effectiveness and what that is.
Basically, effectiveness is how effective an exercise is at creating the correct muscular response to burn calories, burn energy, and help us achieve our overall goal. So when we look at exercises that are effective, we're looking at compound movements. So if you avert your eyes to the whiteboard, as you can see, this is a squat, a little happy chap doing a squat. Now the reason for a squat is a compound exercise is because we're working multiple joints. So as you can see, he's got his hips working, his knees are working, and his core's tight. So there's a lot of muscles being worked there. By creating movement for your hips, the glutes are working, the hip flexors are working. Creating this movement for the knee is working the quads, the hamstrings, and to keep himself upright, his core's working. Now with this as well, this is what we call a prison squat. So straight away there, he's got some more activation because he's bringing back the elbows and activating his traps, his upper back. Or her traps if she was a lady. Activating the traps. So we're getting even more activation there. So there's so many different muscles being worked there to achieve that overall goal. Whether the goal is fat loss, lean muscle building, or whether even if the goal is, this could be a bodybuilder who wants to build muscle, we still believe that big compound movements where you're working multiple muscles is going to be better for you than exercises that we'll talk about later on in this lecture that are not as effective. If we flick over to the next guy or girl, no, she's there, Martin, she's there. On this, there he is there. Slide him across. The viewers couldn't see. He's doing a burpee. This guy here doing a little burpee. I just did a burp then as well. He's doing a burpee. Because a squat's a strength exercise. We can do it. Any exercise can be a high intensity exercise, can be a strength exercise, but we like to class a squat as being one of our strength exercises. A burpee is different. A burpee we like to class as being a functional fitness exercise or a high intense exercise that we use for a big calorie burn and to get your heart rate up. Again with a burpee, the reason it's functional and the reason it fits the bill for us is because if you look at the 3 stages of a burpee, you've got the burpee there, he's in a kind of a plank position, he's not down long enough to get the activation through the core, or she. Then he's bringing the knees in, or she. By doing that, he's getting those hips in, back straight, his core's working.
Or hers.
His or hers core's working, yeah. The quads are working. And then how we go into the jump here, and we get a full extension through the body, we're activating the core again, we're getting a big lift as we jump up, so the heart rate's pumping, we're hitting the legs, we're hitting the back, the glutes, the core, so many muscles working. This is another reason why this is an effective exercise. It's not an exercise that we're just doing for effect.
So now we can carry on. So now we're going to talk to you about effect. So effect is doing an exercise because it looks good or because it looks a little bit different. Well, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but there's no added benefit. Okay, so if you have a look at our little picture, this big tall guy / girl on top of the mountain doing a plank. The plank itself's an effective movement. It gets your core tight, gets everything involved. But if you see here, both feet, both hands are on a solid platform. So it's no different from just doing it regular on the floor. So there's no actual increased benefit of doing it.
So we believe in mixing things up. And we believe in the most effective exercises forming the foundation to any successful program. Which is why we put a huge focus onto things like squats, deadlifts, push-ups, burpees, big compound movements. Whether you're at Viva Living and your goals are to get lean and your goals are fat loss, or even if you're doing your own thing and your goals are strength, your goals are muscle building, every program, no matter what you're trying to achieve, in our opinion, should contain or should be the foundation of that program should be based around your compound movements, because your big movements, your big lifts, you're creating the most neuromuscular activity, and it's about building that kinetic change. It's about getting your muscles linking together to achieve an overall goal. If you want to find out more about how Viva Living can help you become effective and not just training for effect, head over to www.vivaliving.com, where you'll find many ways of getting in touch with us and keeping in touch with all that Viva Living has to offer. Have a good day, guys.
See you later, guys.